Welcome back to the Swampmaster game development series, making retro games for the NES using NESMaker. What I'm doing today is I'm going to go through and set up some treasure chests and set up some monsters and go through like screen by screen, just seeing if we can make the game a lot more interesting and have more interactive elements on it. If you see right here, this is the pixel editor I'm in right now, and originally I was setting these treasure boxes out on the map as graphical tiles, and I realized it's going to be a lot easier and it's going to work a lot better if I set them up as NPCs, so that you can like go up to them and interact with them, and then that'll call a trigger, and then that'll give you an item. I was thinking too about maybe like randomizing what you get from each treasure chest to kind of make the playthrough of the game more randomized, and you get a unique experience every time. So maybe the item you're expecting to be in a chest isn't there the second time you play through, and you have to go find it somewhere else. So what I need to do is I'm going to copy this over. This is the background CHR bitmap. So I'm going to copy that over to one of my monster bitmaps, and then I'm going to put that right down here. I might have to change these colors because it looks like these aren't going to correspond with how I have these set up for the other ones. So oh, actually, that might work perfectly. Kind of interesting here how, like, the outline of these, I guess it would depend on how the color palette renders them, because this isn't the palette I'm using for those monsters. I think we need to switch to the monster palette, and then here, if we look at, like, okay, this is how the mushroom enemies render. They've got this red color here with a dark red outline. Now the treasure chest, I'm probably going to want to render that. I might have to create a new palette for it. This looks okay as long as this white is going to be the background color, so it would be transparent. We'll have to test that out and see how it ends up looking in the game. But for now, we have this in our palette now, or in our bitmap, I mean. And I'm going to go back up here to where I have this treasure box NPC. So if we're in object details here, you can go to details and see that we have set this as an NPC type. That tells the game that this isn't going to cause damage to the player. We don't want it to move, so we're not going to have any speed set here. And we don't need to set actions because it's just going to stay right in place. We do need to put a bounding box on it. For this one, I don't want the player to be able to move over the tile where the treasure box is set. Like you would go up to it and hit the B button to interact with it. So I'm going to make this entire box be the bounding box for it. If you're curious here, these other monster flags, persistent means it shows up on every screen. Player is only ever used for the actual character you're controlling. Player weapon, kind of obviously that's like what we have set up as our stick up here in our items. Pickups and power-ups, these are also listed up here. These are like health restore, and what I'm going to have set up is like mana to cast fireballs, or actually, because it's a swamp game, I was thinking about changing the fireballs to rocks and having it all be like organic, nature-y stuff that he uses to fight people. I might go that way. We'll see. I don't know what target type does. And we have NPC. And then here you have your solid object reactions, edge object reactions. This is calling scripts based on object movement. Again, we don't need to do anything here because this is an NPC and because it's not moving. So we do need to set the color palette here for this, and you set it frame by frame. So assuming that this is going to be on tiles that have the kind of like sand background, let's just do a treasure chest palette here. Let's do treasure chest 1, or I guess I'm calling them treasure box 1. Treasure box. And it's set to tile 0. So in any particular monster group, all of your monsters need to come from the same tile set. Alright, here's the deep woods. We can add our treasure box here. Yes, this is going off of tile 0? That doesn't sound right to me. I think we need to recreate this from scratch. Let's look at tiles 01. And this is supposed to be, well, maybe that's not right. Tile 0. I guess that was correct. Okay, let's see if we can back out. Nope. It saved the changes. Okay. Fire. Moss Man. Moss Monster. Treasure Box 1. So those are still good. Now we have, this is what I was calling objects T0. This looks like maybe it's just a group of NPCs or something I wasn't really using. I wonder if I can just delete this. I don't know if I'm using this anywhere. I think I can safely delete that. Okay. Here we go. Underground. Fire, Mossman, Moss Monster. You know what? I kind of already. I already have Fire, Mossman, Moss Monster. I don't know if I really need this one either. It's kind of duplicated. I think I can just set the Deep Woods one. So that's good. This will be taking up less information and memory in the ROM itself. And I know I have some underground passageways set up, so I'm going to go change the monster groups on those before I forget and then have it glitch out and be confused. Yeah, I think this in particular here, this was set up to use that monster group. So we're going to switch this to Deep Woods. And let's hope this works. Let's just test this out real quick to see what happens. Okay, so I need to reset which monsters are on this screen because it's glitching out and it's defaulting to showing. Yeah, that's not right. Okay, that's super glitchy. It's okay. Okay. So, let's see what's going on. I need to maybe replace these monsters here. So screen group, day monsters. Okay. You know what? Monster groups get glitchy. I think I'm going to have to recreate that one completely now. Because it's not loading the correct monsters in here. So let's remake this one. And tile 0. Here we have, okay. Let's go Campfire, Mossman, Moss Monster, and Treasure Box. Save. One thing I'm hoping they update is this save button being separate from this save button. Like, it would be good if maybe if you click this, it auto-clicks this if you're in this screen, because it's real easy to overlook this, and then you think you saved, and then you go out of it, and then your changes have not saved. Okay, so we have our updated monster group here. Let's go back to our underground passageway and see if we can fix this. There we go. That looks better. Still need to update that color palette on there, but this is way better than it was. There they are. And there they are. Perfect. This campfire underground probably going to cause some buildup of carbon monoxide, but for our purposes, that doesn't really matter. It is a mythical world where there's no carbon monoxide. Okay, so that's great. I do want to test that once more. Let's see what happens. Okay, cool. Back to normal. Cool. Yep. Looks good. That brings us back out here. We've got our mushroom dudes. I need to re-enable these pickups. So that one works, but the heart one was crashing the game whenever I picked it up, and I don't know why. So this is interesting. Wow, okay, leave me alone. Here's one of the treasure boxes I was talking about that I need to replace. This guy, JamesNES, who posts on the NESMaker Forums, posted this amazing script that you can find on there that makes these graphical animated tiles, and I need to tweak it. So what I wanted to do is have the ocean there, the tiles be moving, kind of like the dirt is. And right now, it's just set up as it comes out of the box, and I just need to change which tiles it's changing. That's why the dirt is flashing here. And it gets kind of goofy, like if you go up here to these other screens where it's implemented, that's like his base template, like these grassy things that are moving, which is a really cool effect. And I'm going to probably do something like that, because then I can have like plants that kind of move, like, you know, because you're in the swamp. I just have to reconfigure which tiles are set to go. I also need to work on the HUD up there at the very top, so that it'll show you which weapons you've acquired. Like, it should show up and tell you you have a stick, preferably in those white rectangle boxes up there. That all looks pretty good. Why don't we start replacing some treasure chests here? So this tile I can update, and the collision for that, oh, I was setting it as 09, so there was like a special trigger set to that. So that needs removed, and then let's see here. If we place Monster 4, let's just always use Monster 4 as treasure box. Perfect. I just need to change the color palette for it. And I know there are other treasure chests around here, so here's one. Monster 4, treasure box. This one, treasure box. This one does not have a monster group set. I feel like I'm missing a monster group. What happened to my, where are my tree guys? Oh, different tile set, that's why. Okay, so tile set. Oh, day monster, day. Mimic trees. Okay, this is what I use for this one. So I need to modify this monster group so I can include treasure chests on stages that have these mimic trees, I think. But maybe, oh yeah, here's a set. There is a treasure box, so we do want to do that. So, okay, here's our monster group for that. I'm gonna try updating it and hope that it doesn't destroy it. We're up here now, and I'm gonna replace this one here. So I've still got that 09 tile I need to change over, because that's not being used for anything anymore. And we're gonna swap that out with the NPC treasure box. So this page, the monster group, is set to nothing. So we're going to update this here. To something. Okay, I don't care for right now. The point is just get the treasure box on here. So let's get that set, and we'll worry about that color palette later. Okay, so other treasure boxes. We had one over here that we updated. There's one back here. I don't know that I have the treasure boxes set in this boss group. Yeah, see, this is kind of an issue because I want to be able to use all these on that screen, but I can't if I want to have a treasure box, so I'm going to swap that monster out. And that actually worked, maybe? No, because that's just a background tile. So now we can set this. Remember what I was saying about it not saving? How easy it is to do that? So treasure box, and then we'll click this save button. Go back here to our boss level and put the treasure box there. So once you kill the boss, you can get past him to get this treasure box. And this boss fight is not really set up to work right now, but I haven't looked at it in a while. I'm kind of curious what's going to happen if I just go up here and try to engage with this boss. So let's... I think this monster group is screwed up. Let me fix this one real quick and then we'll do that. Yeah, there we go. I'm going to put my character right here and we'll do a test and see what happens if I go up there. Unarmed, by the way. I don't have my stick because I've not yet visited my dog to get my stick. Okay, major glitches going on here. I think I need to reset the monster group because it's pulling the wrong tiles for this. Oh look, I was able to kill the boss and I went up here and I interacted with the treasure box and it thinks it's the dog from my house, which is fun, so it actually gave me my stick weapon. That's fun, and now I can kill these with the stick. Ha! I killed the glitches. Alright, well that was a fun way to end the video. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll have more of these coming out soon. So like and subscribe if you would do so kindly, and keep tuned for more Swampmaster info and entertainment. Thanks.